The ripple effects of shutdowns back in March are still being felt to this day. Many people turning to nonprofits for help, most for the first time ever. Our Leah McNeil explains how local nonprofits are trying to meet the demand in the middle of a pandemic.
It's no secret nonprofits thrive on fundraising, with the pandemic canceling the majority of their fundraising events and their regular donors stretched thin too. They've had to explore different avenues to secure funding and remember why they started their service in the first place.
It was just a very challenging year.
Our biggest challenges that we faced was the unknown.
Families in crisis in the Fort Hood area Habitat for Humanity both saw an increased need for their services in 2020. Families in crisis saw a record number of clients in their domestic violence services and homeless shelter, all while operating with less funding.
Local donations were drastically down. Pursuing additional funding sources aggressively so that we can continue to meet the needs of the folks that need our services.
State and federal grants allowed them to continue their service. It's the same story over at the Fort Hood area Habitat for Humanity. The nonprofit was able to service 62 families this year and even hire a few extra helping hands, proving COVID can't stop good. But they're seeing 80% less in donations, which is now setting back some of their future plans for 2021.
We were back on track for September, October to start our new builds, so we can bring in more volunteers. But without that financial giving, we're having to pull back that reins on that.
We definitely had to reimagine, and we've definitely had to refocus.
A similar tale describes what United Way of Central Texas went through. Just like any other nonprofit, United Way had to shift their fundraising efforts to support their partners.
We still were able to do what we do, which is fundraise, which is bring awareness to the agencies and all the great things that they do.
2020 proved to be a challenge for these nonprofits from the very beginning, but they all agree no matter the hardships they may face, it's all for the greater good.
Serving the community. That was our major push.
It reminded us that we are resilient and we are flexible and we're not going anywhere.
Reporting in Killeen, Leah McNeil, 25 News.
Leah, thank you. Keep in mind the people and the organizations that help us also need help. So it's important to donate if you can. You can find donation details on our website, kxxv.com.